Hi everyone, I'm Camelia, the product designer from GitLab, and this video is one of our UX scorecard study at GitLab. So the purpose of the UX scorecard study to identify scope and track the effort of addressing usability concerns in specific workflow. And today I'm going to work on the secure area of GitLab about the security gate. I've already made a private video, link will be in the description, that shows how user can set up security gate. And today I'm going to show that how user use the security gate feature after setup. And here you can see that I already have some rules already pre-set up, and UX check, lessons check, vulnerability check. So for the bottom two are the system defaults, like security feature when user have MR and their high severity, critical or unknown severity level vulnerability found, the merge request won't get automatically merged. It needs those two people to approve it. Let's see how it works. So I'm going to update one of the files for the purpose of testing. And we see that here we are creating an MR, and we see on the approval rules, we see the UX check here. But you see that in the settings, I have all three of them. It would be nice that the other two will be shown here as well, that user knows that, okay, I have other rules in the MR, but I cannot change them. It's like something like this. So since I'm not the one that who had the role of maintainer of like change those rules, but at least it's good for me to see them. So this will be a little bit confusing for the user if they know that there are certain approval rules set up, but it's not included RMR, they might add it again if they have the rights. So it might create it 2 times. So I'm going to submit the merge request. And the scanning is running. So it says it's found 23 vulnerabilities. Let's see that some of them are critical and high. According to the rules, this MR shouldn't be merged. Let's check that. Okay, so the merge results button is disabled. As a user, I can see that I cannot do it. And I see the message, you can only merge it once this merge request is approved. So I think this is pretty clear message, and user need to find the area to approve it. As a user, I'm going to try it. So I'm going to see, okay, required 3 more approvals for UX check, like, and I say, okay, I think it's good. Let's try to approve it. And after approve it, I see like approved by Camelia for vulnerability check. And then, oh, I still cannot merge it. It says you can only once merge when it's approved, but it's already approved by me. So this could be confusing for the user why it doesn't work. So if the user is like very familiar with GitLab, they will know that, okay, I need to click on view eligible approvers, and then I will get a list. Then actually this is wrong message. This is actually correct message, required approval from this and approved by. So this is quite confusing. When I read it, I understand that vulnerability check is approved by me, but actually this still needs vulnerability check, and their UX check and lessons check approved by Camelia. So this message can definitely be more clear for the user to understand. That's why they still cannot merge it, because there's still vulnerability check need to approve, and they need to contact Fabian to approve it. And also, it's not very intuitive for user to see that they need to click here to see all the details. So this is definitely some area we can try to improve it. Another thing is, like, if I do it again, I approve it, I approve both of them together because I'm eligible for both of the checks. But as the user, I might only want to approve for the UX part. For the lessons part, I want people to fix it first, and then I can prove it. But since I'm approver for both of them and there is one button, I need to approve them like together. That's actually quite annoying. So the solution could be simply that it's always open and tell the user that they can prove on different levels. And this is because you, so you can prove them separately, and this is now you, so you cannot prove it. And make the message more clear, require 3 approvals. And after 1 is approved, change the message says like what is approved, what is not approved. Another kind of a possibility is don't put them in one list, but group them with the area of vulnerabilities. For example, like the secure UX check itself can be approved by certain people, and the vulnerability check needs some other approvals from other people, and this will be like a group that's with the vulnerability scan result, same with license check is grouped differently. And it could be like if I cannot approve it, then you tell me that, oh, you can leave a message for one of approvers, let them to double check. So it's easier for user to find out what to do next. And another scenario I could show here could be that when you actually have a merge request that has merge conflict, and also you need some people to approve it, then what user will see is like there are merge request conflict, and you need to resolve the conflict first. But actually, maybe user even don't want to resolve the conflict because there are already vulnerability found, and they're quite like important. So they might just want to fix this first and create a new MR, and there might be no conflicts anymore already when they create a new MR. So here we better to show 2 messages to tell user that there are merge conflict and there are vulnerability found. You need to approve it and give user a choice to see that what they want to do next. Not only to show that merge conflict they can resolve, but also tell them that approvals need to like to have a check first to check the vulnerability. We can give the choice to the user on their hand. Another thing that before in the previous situation I showed is, so when you approve it, it says required from this vulnerability approved by Camellia is confusing, so it can simply change the message says what are approved, what is still needs to be approved, and then that's more clear for the user. So I think that's it for this UX scorecard video, and I hope we can do the changes soon and make it better for the user. Thank you.